Hi guys, Eevee Guy here. Welcome to my first Nuzlocke. This video will start in Kanto, in Gen 1 games. Wow! Kanto, the first 151 Pokemon introduced to the main series. We have a lot to choose for. I mean, who knows what can come out from the grass and the sea for us to use. I'm a little nervous to this challenge because it's the first time I'm doing this. I just hope I don't screw up. But the most important here is to have fun. So, the rules for this challenge is: number 1, if a Pokemon faints, it's dead and must be boxed or released. Number 2, I can only catch the first wild Pokemon in each route. Number 3, every time I defeat a gym leader, that gym will be my checkpoint. If I black out, I must reset from the last checkpoint. Number 4, I will be playing in set mode. Number 5, I will use HM Mules, if I need to, of course. Number 6, my level cap will start level 15 and increase always 5 levels for the next gym. If it goes over level, I will put it in the box until it can be used again. This means I will not use the normal level cap from the gym leaders, because that's what most people do. So for the first gym I will be at level 15, the second gym I will be at level 20, and so on. This means this rule will bring advantages, but it will also bring disadvantages for myself. Of course, I will still try to match the levels from the gym leaders if I need to, I mean the ones below the level cap. Some of you may not agree with my rules, especially the last one, and that's fair, I respect that, but those are my rules. Oh, and I'm using a species clause, which means I can't catch the same Pokemon twice, so I will roll until I get a new encounter. So, put a like on that video, subscribe to my channel if you will appreciate, and let's start my first Nuzlocke. So, we start in Pallet Town. The first Pokemon I will choose will be Bulbasaur. It will be good for the first 2 gyms. I name him Banana Tree. To be fair, it was the first name that came to my head. The first battle against our rival Chomp starts, but of course Chomp finishes Banana Tree, which is not a problem since the first battle don't count until you get Pokeballs, so I decide to get some balls and go catch some Pokemon. Let's see what I got. So, in Route 1, my first encounter is a Pidgey. It's not a bad Pokemon, if things considering. I decide to name him Feathers. I go to Route 22 and I found a Rotara, who I named Remy. In Route 2 I found a Weedle and I named him Killer Bee. Then we enter the Viridian Forest. I was trying to see if I can catch a Caterpie here, because it would be useful for some part of the run, but I end up finding a Pikachu, which is not bad. I will take a Pikachu any day of the week. I catch him and I name him Mouse. Now that I have all the encounters that I can find in routes available before the first gym, it's time to level up. But then this happens. Yes, since I was leveling up in fast forward, I didn't pay attention that this Rattata lowered Mouse's defense, and then kill Mouse with a single tap. This is frustrating because I was hoping to use a Pikachu in this run, and the first chance I get, I let him get killed. Rest in peace, Mouse, you will be missed. So I box Mouse and I continue to level up the Pokemon I had with me. But of course, while I was leveling up, and again, in fast forward, something happened again. This Pidgey kills Remy. Another loss, because I'm not experienced in this kind of challenge, and Remy paid the price too. Sorry buddy, rest in peace. I boxed Remy and I continue to level up my only 3 Pokemon more carefully. After some levels, Killer Bee evolves into Kakuna at level 7 and to Beedrill at level 10. Now that I already level up my 3 Pokemon, I decide to face Brock. But of course, his Pokemon is no match for Banana Tree. Since his Pokemon are weak to Grass type, 2 single Vine Whips are enough to finish both his Geodude and Onix. First badge obtained. Let's move it on. On Route 3, I catch a Spearow and I name him Bird of Prey. And on Mount Moon, I found a Zubat, but Banana Tree kills it before I could catch it, so that means no encounters on Mount Moon. Damn. Oh well, at least after a while Banana Tree reached level 16 and evolved into Ivysaur, so that's not bad as well. In the end of the exit of the Mount Moon, I choose the Helix fossil to use it later in the game, if I want to, of course. On Route 4, I catch an Ekans and I name him Cobra Kai. Great series, by the way, very entertaining. After I reach Cerulean City, I decide to face Misty, but of course this is another easy battle since her Staryu falls after 2 Vine Whips and her Starmie falls after 3 Vine Whips. Second badge obtained. Next is the rival battle. It starts with Pidgeotto. I send Bird of Prey so he could get some experience. Then I change for Feathers. Pidgeotto used Quick Attack in that switch and Gust. I decide to use 4 sand attacks so I can make Pidgeotto missed, but he still managed to hit a Quick Attack, which leaves Feathers with 3 HP. But I still risk it and I use 2 last sand attacks. Then I still wanna push my luck and start to attack Pidgeotto first with Gust and then the rest with Quick Attack. Fortunately, I'm not punished and Feathers manages to defeat his evolution. Next is Abra, and since Abra doesn't know any attack yet, I decided to continue with Feathers. 2 Quick Attacks are enough to finish Abra. Next is Rattata, and I decided to change, and as you can see, my Pokemon are not in a good shape, and they are not in a good level. But still I decided to go with Banana Tree, 1 Vine Whip and a Tackle are enough to put Rattata down. Next is Charmander, and I decided to risk it and go with Killer Bee. I decided to attack with Poison Sting to see if I could at least poison Charmander, so it could be easier to take him down, and after a while Charmander attacks with an Ember, which makes a huge damage because of those lures that he's been throwing. And after so many poison stings, we still didn't poison Charmander. Damn! Fortunately, I don't know why, Charmander has been always throwing leers and growls at Killer Bee, so after a little luck, Killer Bee manages to finish off Charmander. What a bug! Unbelievable! So after this I decide to train this team so I don't have more problems with this kind of situations again. That was close. After a while, Feathers reach level 18 and evolve into Pidgeotto. On Route 5, I catch a Mankey and I name him Angry Monk. Well, I wanted to name him Angry Monkey, I just didn't have space, so Angry Monk it is. Then we come to a part that everything falls apart because of a stupid mistake. So everything starts with this bug catcher guy. I was doing this battle in fast forward again, and this guy sends Butterfree. I sent Cobra Kai because I was gathering some experience for it. Then I switched for Feathers, which was on low HP. Fortunately, when I switch out, Butterfree missed the attack, and then I go with Gust. And Butterfree uses Poison Powder, which, by the way, I didn't notice because I was battling in fast forward. Then another Gust makes a huge damage to Butterfree, but then Butterfree uses Confusion, which kills Feathers. Yeah, that was my mistake. I mean, I could have sent any other Pokemon on my team and I decided to use the one with low HP. Nice one, Eevee guy. After that, I changed for Banana Tree and finished Butterfree with a Tackle. But the damage was already done, so rest in peace, Feathers. Because of my stupid mistake, you paid the price. Sorry, buddy. Then we come to this battle against this gambler. He sends Growlithe and I send Cobra Kai, again, for some experience. Then I change for Killer Bee. I go for Poison Sting, and Growlithe goes for Ember, which makes a huge damage, so I change for Bird of Prey, taking a bite in the process. Then Growlithe goes for Bite, which leaves Bird of Prey with only 3 HP, and attacking Growlithe with Fury Attack. So I change for Angry Monk, which takes an Ember that leaves Angry Monk on half. Then Growlithe attacks with Bite, which leaves Angry Monk with only 1 HP. And of course, Angry Monk flinch. I was hoping to attack again, but of course, again, because of my stupidity, Angry Monk dies to another bite from Growlithe. And this is because at this moment I was thinking like a normal playthrough, which I'm so used to it, and I thought, oh, no problem, I can heal later. Then the reality came to me, and I remember, wait, this is a Nuzlocke. What did I do? Stupid, right? Yeah, I have to put my head in a challenge, which I didn't, and another team member paid the price for my stupidity. Rest in peace, Angry Monk. You didn't even have the time to shine. The rest of the battle I just finished with Banana Tree. I continue to level up the rest of my team in the grass, and my Cobra Kai evolves at level 22 to Arbok. And my Bird of Prey at level 20 evolves into Fearow. Next is the battle against our rival in the SSN. It starts with Pidgeotto and I go with Cobra Kai. Although Pidgeotto tried to lower our accuracy, Cobra Kai finishes off Pidgeotto with 3 bites. Next is Raticate, but 2 bites puts him down. Next is Kadabra. He fires a Confusion, which leaves Cobra Kai in the red, and a bite is not enough to finish it, so I have to switch. I send Bird of Prey, which finishes off Kadabra with a Fury Attack. Last is Charmeleon. I start with 2 Leers to lower Charmeleon's defense. Charmeleon goes for Ember, and then we miss a Fury Attack. But then the next 2 connect and finish Charmeleon for good. Then I go to Diglett's cave and catch a Diglett. A ground type will be good for the electric chimp. I catch it and I name it Trimol. Then I level up Trimol until level 24 and I teach it the TMD. So time to face Lieutenant Surge. He starts with Voltorb and I go with Trimol, of course. I go for Dig and Voltorb goes down in one shot. Next is Pikachu, but another Dig puts him down. Next is Raichu, which goes for Thunderbolt for some reason, although electric attacks don't affect ground types, but whatever. But another Dig puts Raichu down and we win the 3rd gym badge very easily. On Route 6 I catch a Drowsy and I name it Hypnotist. On Rock Tunnel I found another Zubat, which is a pain, because if I had caught the one from Mount Moon, I could have a Geodude here. Oh well, I catch the Zubat and I name it Vampire, but it goes straight to the box. But in the middle of this path, Cobra Kai gets killed by this Slowpoke with a Confusion. Damn. And no, this time it wasn't my fault. I just never thought it was going to make so much damage, which, now that I think of it, yeah, it was my fault. Oh well, it seems I can take Vampire for a spin after all. On the way to Celadon City, Trimol evolves into Dugtrio. Hypnotist evolves into Hypno, and Vampire evolves into Golbat. So now it's time to face Erika. She starts with Victreebel, and I go with Bird of Prey. Attack makes only half, and Victreebel traps us in a wrap for a little damage. I go for another pack which leaves Victreebel on the red, so Victreebel poisons Bird of Prey before going down to another pack. But now I'm on a timer here. Next is Tangela, and the pack crits, which leaves it on the red. Tangela traps us with a bind while the poison takes more HP, but after that another pack takes Tangela down. Next is Vileplume, another pack leaves it on the half, and then Vileplume attacks with Petal Dance, which leaves Bird of Prey with only 8 HP. So I decided to switch for Hypnotist. Then I go for Confusion, which leaves Vileplume in red. Erika uses a Super Potion, which means another Confusion will leave Vileplume in the red again. But since Vileplume is trapped with Battle Dance, another Confusion puts Vileplume down and we win the 4th badge. And fortunately, I brought an antidote to cure Bird of Prey of the poison. Otherwise I would lost Bird of Prey right after I leave the gym. Next is the battle against our rival in the Pokemon Tower. He starts with Pidgeotto and I go with Hypnotist. He goes for Quick Attack and I use a combination of Hypnosis and Headbutt. And Pidgeotto is down. Next is Execute. I put it to sleep and then I switch for Bird of Prey. 2 packs put him down. So yeah. Next is Gyarados. I use Fly and I leave Gyarados on half. Another Fly puts Gyarados down. So next is Kadabra, but a critical hit Fly puts Kadabra down. Next is Charmeleon and I switch for Trimol, but a single dig puts Charmeleon down and winning us the fight against Chomp. Then I decide to catch one of the Snorlax and damn, this Pokemon is a tank. Besides using Rest to cure himself, he also almost kills Banana Tree. But after I switch for Hypnotist, I managed to put him to sleep to make him stop using Rest and catch it. I name him Lazy Bear. On the way to Fuchsia City, Banana Tree evolves into Venusaur, so now it's time to face Koga. He starts with Coughing and I go with Bird of Prey. A single Drill Peck puts Coughing on half, then he goes for Sludge. Another Drill Peck leaves him on the red, then I finish it with a Fury attack. Next is Muck, and I switch for Hypnotist, and Muck goes for a missing Poison Gas, fortunately. Then a Confusion leaves Muck on half, but then Koga just wastes his turn on a X attack, so another Confusion puts Muck down. Next is the second Coughing, so I put him to sleep and then a single Confusion puts him down. Last is Wheezing, so I use the same strategy, putting Wheezing to sleep and finishing Wheezing with 3 Confusions, winning us the 5th badge. On Saffron City, you can get a fighting type Pokemon. You can choose for Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee. I choose Hitmonchan and I name him Rocky, but I box him because I don't know if I'm gonna use it or not. Next is the rival battle on Rocket Hideout. A starts with Pidgeot and I go with Hypnotist. I put him to sleep, and then some Confusion and Headbutts puts him down. Next is Execute, so I switch for Bird of Prey. Thanks to a Reflect from Execute, I need 2 Drill Packs to finish Execute. But before he go down, he put a Leech Seed on Bird of Prey. So next is Gyarados. I use Fly for a little damage, but when Gyarados makes a lot of damage with a Hydro Pump, I know I have to switch. So I send Banana Tree. I use first a Leech Seed and start to attack with a Tackle. Gyarados goes for a Bite, I go for another Tackle, and then Gyarados uses Dragon Rage, which leaves Banana Tree on half. But we recover some HP thanks to Leech Seed. So I attack with Tackle again, and another Bite leaves Banana Tree very low. So I switch for Killer Bee, and a single Pin Missile mixed with Leech Seed puts Gyarados down. Next is Alakazam, so I decide to attack with Twin Needle, but Alakazam is faster, and a single Confusion kills Killer Bee. Rest in peace, Killer Bee, you were great. I send Trimol, and although Alakazam leaves Trimol on half with a Confusion, 2 Slash is enough to put Alakazam down. And last is Charizard, and now that he's a flying type too, Trimol is not effective against him, so I need to switch for Hypnotist. First, I put Charizard to sleep, and then I attack with Confusion. Then I attack with multiple Headbutts, which brings Charizard down, winning us the fight. I then box Killer Bee, and I bring Lazy Bear to the team. And then I got a Lapras for free. I name it Ice Shell. So next is the fight against Giovanni. He starts with Nidorino, and I go with Banana Tree, which it wasn't my choice. I forgot to switch them, so I lost a turn to switch out for Hypnotist. But fortunately nothing happens and a single Psychic is enough to finish Nidorino. Next is Kangaskhan and I switch for Bird of Prey. 2 drill packs and a fury attack later and Kangaskhan is no more. Next is Rhyhorn, so I change for Banana Tree. A single Razor Leaf is enough and Rhyhorn goes down. Next is Nidoqueen. I start with a Razor Leaf and Nidoqueen goes for Poison Sting. I switch for Hypnotist and then a Psychic puts Nidoqueen down and we win the fight. Nice! So now it's time to face Sabrina. She starts with Kadabra and I go with Lazy Bear. She goes for Psybeam and I go for Body Slam, which puts Kadabra down. Next is Mr. Mime. He puts a barrier, which means a Body Slam is not enough to put him down. He attacks with Confusion, but then he goes down with another Body Slam. Next is Venomoth, so I decide to switch for Bird of Prey. A single Drill Peck puts him down, so next is Alakazam. I decided to change for Lazy Bear and Alakazam goes for Recover for some reason. Then Alakazam goes only for Reflect and then Lazy Bear goes for Body Slam, which paralyzes. Another Body Slam leaves him in the red, but then Alakazam gets paralyzed and it can't attack. So another Body Slam finishes off Alakazam, winning us the 6th match. Now next is the gym leader, Blaine. He starts with Growlithe and my choice is Trimall. And of course, Trimall obliterated Growlithe, Ponyta, Rapidash and Arcanine with a single dig. Not too bad, 7 badge obtained. Next is Giovanni. He starts with Rhyhorn and my choice is Banana Tree. A single Mega Drain puts down Rhyhorn and Dugtrio. Next is Nidoqueen, so I switch for Hypnotist. A single Psychic puts down Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Next is Rhydon, so I switch for Lazy Bear. Rhydon is faster and attacks with Stomp, but a single Surf finishes Rhydon, winning us the last batch. The fight with the rival is next, and Champ starts with Pidgeot, and I go with Banana Tree. By mistake, of course. So I lose a turn to switch for Lazy Bear, which makes Pidgeot attack with a Wing Attack. But Lazy Bear can take that and a Quick Attack before he finishes Pidgeot with a single Body Slam. Next is Rhydon, but it goes down with a single Surf. Next is Execute. He still manages to fire a Solar Beam because a single Strength is not enough to finish it, but it goes down in the next. Next is Gyarados, so I'm sure we still can be fine before we have to switch. So I go for Body Slam, but Gyarados is faster and fires a Hydro Pump, which crits and kills Lazy Bear. Damn! Now I'm pissed. I send next Bird of Prey, which avenges Lazy Bear's death with 2 Drill Picks. Next is Alakazam, which goes down with a single Drill Peck. Last is Charizard. Charizard survives the first Drill Peck and manages to fire a Flamethrower, but then another Drill Peck finishes Charizard, so the battle was won against our rival, but I didn't feel like a winner. Damn, losing Lazy Bear was a big loss. If I was more careful. Rest in peace, Big Bear. I hope you have a lot of food where you are now. In peace. Well, now we are in the Pokemon League, and I decide to take out Ice Shell. But it's on level 15, so before I face the Elite Four, I need to level up. Since we have a perfect cave here, I can train them here. Victory Road has Pokemon with good levels to train my team. Still takes a lot of time, but eventually I level them up until level 60. So this is the team I will be using for the Elite Four and the Champion, all in level 60. Let's see if they have what it takes. So first is Lorelei. She starts with Dewgong and I go with Banana Tree. I use Mega Drain for half damage and she fires an Aurora Beam for a little damage. Another Mega Drain leaves Dewgong on the red, so Lorelei uses a Super Potion before Dewgong goes down with another Mega Drain. Next is Cloyster, but it goes down with a single Mega Drain. Next is Slowbro and a Mega Drain leaves it on the red, and Slowbro uses Amnesia. I switch for Bird of Prey. And Slowbro goes for another Amnesia, but it goes down with a Drill Peck. Next is Jinx. but a single drill peck is enough to put it down. So last is Lapras. I go for drill peck, but Lapras goes for blizzard, which would kill Bird of Prey if it crit. Fortunately it doesn't, so Bird of Prey survives with only 2 HP, so I decide to switch for Ice Shell for a mirror match. Lapras retaliates with a Confuse Ray. I try to go for a Confuse Ray of my own, but Ice Shell hits himself on Confusion. Then Lapras goes for Body Slam, which paralyzes Ice Shell. Damn! Lapras goes for another Body Slam, and fortunately Ice Shell fires a Confuse Ray of his own. Then Lapras goes for another Body Slam, and Ice Shell hits himself in Confusion. The next turn it's Lapras' turn to hit himself in Confusion, while the Confusion from Ice Shell disappears and hits with the Body Slam. The next turn Lapras hits himself in Confusion again, so we continue with another Body Slam, and Lapras goes down. Damn, that was close. Next is Bruno. He starts with Onix and I go with Banana Tree. A single Mega Drain puts him down. Next is Hitmonchan and I switch for Hypnotist. Hitmonchan hits with a Thunder Punch, but a single Psychic puts him down. Next is Intmali, but he also goes down with a single Psychic, just like Onix and Machamp as well. So next is Agatha. She starts with Gengar and my choice is Hypnotist. A single Psychic is enough to put Gengar down, Golbat, Haunter, Harborg, and the second Gengar holds on in the red, but another Psychic puts him down. Next is Drake. He starts with Gyarados and I go with Ice Shell. Gyarados outspeeds and fire a Hyper Beam, which leaves Ice Shell on the red. And an Ice Beam makes a little damage. Damn. I switch for Bird of Prey, and 2 Drip Packs finishes Gyarados. Next is Dragonair. It makes a little damage with Dragon Rage, but 2 Drill Packs finish it off. Next is the second Dragonair. A Drill Pack leaves more than half, but a Hyper Beam leaves Bird of Prey on the red. A second Drill Pack puts Dragonair down. Next is Aerodactyl, and I switch for Banana Tree, which takes a bite. Aerodactyl is faster and fires a Hyper Beam. I put him to sleep. I decide to go for Growth, although after the third, Aerodactyl wakes up, so I need to put him back to sleep. The first doesn't connect and we get hit by a takedown, but the second Sleep Powder connects. So 3 more Growths and Aerodactyl wakes up again. Go back to sleep. So now thanks to those 6 Growths, our Mega Drain is enough to single shot Aerodactyl and restore our health. Next is Dragonite, and in panic I forgot that Mega Drain even with those Growth will not make any damage. So what I did was put Dragonite to sleep, and then I switched for Ice Shell, and fortunately Dragonite stays sleeping. And then I fire an Ice Beam to finish off Dragonite. Finally! Next is our rival Chomp. He starts with Pidgeot and I go for Ice Shell. Pidgeot goes down with a single Ice Beam. Next is Alakazam. He attacks with Psybeam and Psychic, which leaves Ice Shell on the yellow, but 2 Body Slams puts Alakazam down. Next is Rhydon, but I decide to switch for Banana Tree. A single Mega Drain is enough for Rhydon to go down. Next is Executor. I switch for Bird of Prey. Unfortunately, he puts Bird of Prey to sleep, so now I have to switch for Vampire. But Executor puts Vampire to sleep as well on the switch. What the hell? I tried to see if it would wake up, but Vampire stays sleeping for 4 turns and it was taking a lot of damage. So I decided to switch for Bird of Prey, which was still sleeping. Fortunately, after 2 turns, Bird of Prey wakes up, and I use Fly, which makes a huge damage on Executor. Then he misses a barrage, which means a Drill Peck is enough to put him down. Damn, that was hard. But then his Gyarados come out, and we make a lot of damage with Fly. But then a Hydro Pump is fired, and Bird of Prey gets killed. Seriously? This Gyarados is responsible for 2 deaths from my team. I hate this Chomp and his Gyarados so much. Oh! I bring Ice Shell to finish this damn Gyarados with a single Ice Beam. Last is Charizard, and since I have the only water type, I tried Hydro Pump on my own. But of course, why it should work with me? It works with Gyarados, but it doesn't work with me. I don't understand this, really. Since Charizard is faster, he attacks with Fire Spin, which traps Ice Shell, and when I try again, Ice Shell is killed with a Fire Blast. Really, how is he hitting these attacks? I don't understand, really. I decide to bring Trimall and use Sand attacks on this Charizard. I managed to fire 6 Sand attacks before Charizard go with Fire Speed. We got trapped for a while, but then I start to attack with Slash, and thanks to those Sand attacks, Charizard can't hit us anymore. So he goes down with Trimall, winning us the fight against our damn rival, becoming the champion, and winning the run. Well, for my first Nuzlocke, it wasn't that bad. The only deaths that upset me the most was Snorlax, Fearow, and Lapras. Maybe because it was caused by the same person, and that pissed me off. But overall, I really enjoyed doing a Nuzlocke. It was very fun actually. I thought I wouldn't like to do it, but to be fair, I want to do some more. The next Nuzlocke I will make it on Gen 2, to see how I go there as well. But the next video will be another playthrough with my Eevee squad in the Owen region, in the Gen 3 games. But now making this Nuzlocke, I thought, can I make a monologue challenge? I will think about it. And of course, I don't have too much time in my hands, so that's why it takes too long to make these videos. But I will post a video every time I can. I hope you enjoyed this challenge. If you did, put a like on that video and subscribe to my channel if you will appreciate, and I will see you in the next time. Peace!